It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
On play action, now Rodgers. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Yoshibas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
We'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this up past the 45. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him, and I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Now Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Got his man, it's Warren. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A handoff for Warren. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Running left, it's Warren. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. Here's Rodgers. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. That is caught, and he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 39 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
McPherson on for the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers offense and their running back Jaylen Warren headed back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Rodgers going to throw.
That's into the hands of Woods.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a run with Warren.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could.
A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
And Burrow going to throw again. Now a short one to Gesicki. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Burrow.
That one caught by all, the tight end.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Again, it's Burrow.
That was short one to Gesicki. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And the Bengals on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. Burrow will throw. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll run it. Warren. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
2nd and 5.
Burrow looking to pass. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
To the air again, Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
.30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and 3.
Now Rodgers.
As this complete to Woods.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers now to throw.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though.
Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Boswell's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. In motion, the tight end. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
Still shedding tackles.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On the run, it's Warren. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Warren.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warren, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a handoff up the middle. Warren, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Jalen Warren
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here's Burrow.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And Burrow going to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll...
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Rodgers.
Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's a gain of 34.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Warren.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 8.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Robert Woods, 37 yards.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. This is Brown going up the middle. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Open man is Yoshibas.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Burrow on play action. A short throw there pulled in by all. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Burrow. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is back now in Pittsburgh. The offense on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Andre Yoshibas.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Got his man. It's Warren.
So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 29, here's second down at 7.
To throw is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. From the gun, a give to Brown.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Another run for Brown on second down.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 38.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Burrow looking to pass.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Burrow will throw.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Rodgers now to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now it's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now Rodgers. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. And I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Rodgers to throw once more. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game, but give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Another run for Brown on second down.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 3rd and 6.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth